Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
I'm home, honey.
Well, good morning to everybody out there at home or wherever you might be. A while back when I closed my store, my friends Matt and Jim came by the shop and they picked up all of my old wooden shelving. They have replicated a 1920s automotive shop, and they do work on a lot of pre-war cars and other sort of rare vehicles. I am going to head out to their shop today, see how the shelves look, and kind of just check in on them, see what's going on. So I figured this would also be a good opportunity to take the Citroen out for a highway run. And I don't know, I've had like the Bruderheim jinx. It's the town that they're in. Every time I've gone out there with my friend Bill, that is, something is broken down. I had the fuel pump go in the truck, and we limped into town and I fixed it in his friend's driveway. Last time it was the water pump on the Mustang, which I ended up fixing when I got home. So hopefully today, you know, I'm sure taking a fussy French car that nobody can work on is not going to be a problem, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to load up. We're going to go for a ride and go visit Matt and Jim. Come along for an adventure today. So I'm almost there, and I didn't want to jinx myself earlier, but look, my charge indicator light came on the vehicle, which means that either the battery, I don't think the battery might be charging properly. So there's a chance that if I turn the car off, I might not be able to start it again. And I'm currently sitting at about a half tank of gas. I'm hoping that's gonna be enough to get me to Matt's shop, and maybe we can throw a charger on the battery and I can limp my way back home again after. But every time I come out this way, I swear, something like this happens. That's cool. Somebody's got a replica A-Team van sitting right there on the side of the road. Well, that's weird. My charge indicator light has gone off now. So I don't know if it just was running low on battery and it charged itself. Who knows? Anyway, hopefully I can make it there in one piece. Well, I made it to the town of Bruderheim to go see my friend Matt. For whatever reason, that light went off all on its own. Maybe the battery drained a bit more than usual, and being on the highway charged it back up again. I don't know. Either way, I hope it doesn't become a bigger issue. But so far, the French car has beaten the Fords as it's rolled into Bruderheim under its own steam and own power. Just gonna pull up to his shop now and see if he's around. Not too much going on the old main street here, except somebody has about a 68 Firebird convertible just hanging out there. Guessing it's the guy that owns the hotel. I saw it last time I was here too. That's a good looking car. Let's see. Matt's shop is just coming up. And it's just on the left-hand side there. A very cool old garage. I think it was originally a Ford dealership at one point. It's a neat building. Let's go inside. So I hear the rumble of what I thought was a race car pulling up, and in fact, it's Matt. Hey, Matt.
Morning.
And he's got this. You've had this truck for a while, right?
A long time. I actually picked my wife up on her first date back in what, 2008 or whatever. So.
First date with your wife in this truck.
2007. Yeah.
And our friend Dave Dunbar did the pinstriping on it, right?
Yeah, back in 2013, right?
Oh yeah, 2014.
14? Yeah, that's when we painted it.
Gosh, I like Dave. He's such a good guy.
He's the best.
I feel like just finding things for him to pinstripe.
That's what this is all about, eh?
And you got 6 tailpipes on this thing.
Yeah, 6 cylinders. The wheels are from 1965. It's got an early 60s Krager steering wheel, which is pretty rare. I just wanted to be like a late.
I like your hop up.
60s.
You got the Hop Up magazine air freshener.
A mid-late 60s kind of just a custom truck, but.
This definitely looks like a good work truck. You've got
what we use it for.
Carburetor on the seat.
Probably put 40,000 or 50,000 miles on it since we painted it. It's starting to show it, but whatever.
It's still pretty good.
It's fine.
Cab corners look all right.
Oh, I did all the rust, so I could repaint it again and just clean up what
It's just bubbling a little bit on the
Yeah,
front.
hood there.
That's
the only
nothing.
spot again, yeah.
Well, I brought you some stuff to look at.
Oh, great. Well, come on in. Let's show you the old showroom here.
So when I shut down my store, I called you up and I said I had a bunch of shelves.
That's right. Actually, I
And
might have called you looking for the shelves.
yeah, originally, yeah, actually it was, I think, the same day.
Yeah.
But they look perfect in here.
Yeah, they really did. We just lowered them a bit from what you had them.
Yeah, I had them all the way up to the
I
ceiling.
could have put them up there, but I thought for the so I could put tires or something up there one day.
That wrench came from me. Shelves came. See, I'm contributing to society in small ways.
Curiosity carries on.
Boy, does this ever look good. I'm going to take a still picture of this because it looks like a time warp in here. Holy cow, man. Even you with your flat cap on over there and your vintage threads.
This is all pretend. This has all been made up, which is kind of neat too, right?
Yeah.
We created this to look like it was. I mean, the building on that itself is old, but this room is phony.
And look at the stuff you got. It's like an actual, oh, look, complimentary coffee with every purchase.
Coffee? Yeah, let's get rid of that here.
Model T instruction books. Are these reprints?
Yeah, we sell those.
Okay, so you're selling those. License plate toppers. Some of this stuff must just be for show. I can't imagine you selling some of these.
Some of the stuff is
Plate
just
toppers.
there for whatever, but some of it's.
Bert J. Fralick, Ontario. It is a very cool calendar.
I unrolled it for the first time. I was like in the original tube.
1926 General Service Garage.
It's got the coolest coverage. It covers stationary engines.
Oh, look,
tractors,
it's an Arco too,
an
yeah.
Arco,
He
Chevy.
does Ford and Chevy service when they were buddies.
Well, it was just like
I guess in
everything that's cool is on one calendar. So
1926, you know, you couldn't be too fussy with what type of car you worked on.
That's right.
It's like
Yeah,
if it's got wheels.
garage. Yeah.
And you've got all sorts of bits and pieces. Does some of this stuff come from your auction purchase?
Some of this stuff is from that. Some's from just my years of collecting. Some I got from Ramey Thompson in Manitoba, which is George Thompson's son, George.
Yeah.
And then yeah, some of it like I bought. So like they look good on there, but we could also use them. Except for the frost shields, they just look nice.
Right, they just look cool.
But a lot of those parts are just the cooler boxes. We sell reproduction parts, so we got all the reproduction parts in the back, and then this is all the original stuff. Which if we need,
It's just more for show.
yeah, but I'd still use some of this stuff for my own cars or whatever because it's neat to have.
Yeah, you always
like
put
look
the
at
box
this.
back up there.
Yeah, this is pretty neat. We had to modify these slightly, but we made it.
Oh, yeah.
Just had to shorten it a bit.
My old ladder. There you go.
Like this is cool, right? So 01A is 40 Ford, and this is a brand new in the box. If you need one, temperature gauge
Wow.
from 1940. So yeah, just stuff like that. If a person needed it, there it is.
So if somebody needs parts, they can reach out to you.
Yeah, we're setting it up. We haven't finished yet. We're just trying to maybe do an online store, and then
You're just stockpiling right now.
yeah, we've been trying to build our inventory because it's hard and expensive when we have time.
But they could probably call you, I guess,
Yeah,
and be
people
like,
call.
hey, I happen to need a temperature gauge for a 40 Ford. You showed one in the video.
Yeah, for sure.
And how are things going with Jim?
Yeah, steady as she goes, I guess. Yeah, no. Yeah, just working and yeah.
And I see you've got a couple, like, heck, that Mopar is practically modern sitting over there.
Yeah.
Oh
got some
yeah,
water
we've got a
meters
couple of new things in here to pay the bills. New, so to speak.
Yeah. He's 50 years old.
You've sullied your shop with some newer stuff. Yeah,
okay.
I know, it's funny. I pulled up in the Citroen today, and Matt's like, it's a weird car. It is a weird car. He's like, Alex can keep it.
Definitely, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's
But
just...
it's neat for what it is. It's cool.
Ah.
I like all kinds of cars. I'm not stuck on any particular kind of car, but that is a weird car.
It
Oh,
is
the way
weird.
to put it.
Oh, yeah.
Good or bad, it's weird. Yeah.
I feel like I need to start growing like a pencil thin mustache or something.
Yeah, long cigarettes.
Those super long ones, the little fuzzy silk.
We'll start wearing like black turtlenecks with a suit jacket or something.
You remember Leamington on Chez Pierre?
Yeah.
Just like
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's got an ascot and
right.
yeah. For those people watching at home, Chez Pierre is a notorious gentleman's club here in town. It's been around since the 60s. And there's a very...
To find any gentlemen around there.
No. Closest thing you get is a picture of Chez Pierre himself on the side.
Giant mural. It's probably like 100 feet. This is big giant mural of himself with a like.
Yeah.
bikini glass.
Right downtown too. It's like, welcome to Edmonton. Here's a really gross strip club. But
Yeah, so I'm glad we got these, Alex. It's cool. They kind of, they fit the bill for sure. We were looking for something, and there they are.
and they don't come from that far from here either. They're from Thorhill or Hilo. Sorry, Hilo. Yeah, Hilo's not too far.
Yeah, I went back and rewatched the thing when you got them, when we got them, just to see what they looked like before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
You know how they were laid out with heights and just whatever.
You did a good job joining them and everything up there.
We did. Well, we had to change it because you had such a longer wall.
Yeah.
So what we did was just with the tube that you had, we moved it up, and then I just reinforced the bottom there. I just put the pipe right into because we didn't have another hanger.
So what did you do with all the other shelves?
Oh, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere?
There's one there with our books on it.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. But they ended up being perfect for you.
Everything sort of worked. That's for now. I'd still like to get a glass display case, right? For one of those, so we put cool stuff in it, because they look cluttered when they're too full.
You should have just bought one of mine.
I wanted to, but then Michael came and bought them all.
Oh, okay.
Then I tried to buy it for Michael, but then they were.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's one at the antique mall right now that'll fit on. Like we got this, which is for our gaskets.
Oh, what a great shelf that is. What was it for originally?
Well, probably maps or something. But it came from that old Ford dealership and they probably bought it new just for gaskets. So if you look,
Or
at
genuine Ford parts.
yeah, differential gaskets, engine gaskets. So
It could have been, designed for something like that.
Because if you look at this,
Did you pull all the drawers to see if anything was stuck in there, fallen behind from
we
years?
haven't done that yet. We just cleaned up the outside.
Guarantee that.
This is a pre-war tag.
And that was in there?
Yeah, all this was in here. And
Oh,
then They
okay.
had little nails, and the gaskets are on nails. So that's what it was always.
Oh, perfect. That's even where that piece of wood we gotta glue back.
Oh, great. Okay. Nice work. Yeah.
Fine.
But the top was missing.
Oh,
We
okay.
had some of this teak, so we just, just sort of.
Yeah, it'll do the trick.
It's perfect.
It's-
That's a cool cabinet.
People love cabinets like that with lots of drawers, and
Yeah.
anytime I'm out somewhere and there's a cabinet like that, I always pick it up.
Right.
They're pretty big money too. When
Yeah,
they can be.
Well, that's that Office Specialties, the same people that make the neat desks and the big, all the filing cabinets. And
Oh yeah.
actually, we took the original top. I don't know where it went. There's a piece of, it's on the thing over there. There's a piece of plywood that says Office Specialties Manufacturing Toronto or whatever on it.
I like you've got the telephone by the water cooler, so you can
Yeah,
have
you
a
sit and
conversation
gossip.
over there.
You have your water, you see, and then you can, do one of these.
Yeah. So why don't we have a look around the shop and see what other how the inventory's coming along and what cars you got?
It's sort of a mess, but
Huge mess, yeah.
what do you do? It's just the two of us, and Cassie comes and helps when she can. But this is our parts department, and so all this is modern parts.
Yeah.
Like this is early Ford V8 stuff, so 32 to 48.
And that's considered modern in your world.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not
Modern
quite
parts is from the
probably.
30s. Yeah, that's modern.
So it's all flathead stuff, and then we got all our Model T parts and Model A parts, and then one of your shelves is back here as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering where the.
This one will be our. We're gonna put wiring harnesses in this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So for now, anyways, it's such a nice thing.
That when I got it, it had a glass top on
can
it.
tell,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a
That's
big.
nice.
It was a fancy showcase, but
And we were thinking about putting it in the front, and this would have made an awesome front counter, but I like the one we got.
yeah, no, it's perfect.
But
Hey,
it's good here for now, and then so we shortened it, didn't
Yeah.
we, Jim?
that one looks almost like it's full height still.
Yeah, I think this one's still full
That's right.
height.
This one's full height. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that was.
But
This
it's
is beautiful.
Perfect for putting stuff
It
on.
looks so nice.
Yeah, it's
And then we've got like the fancy side for parts, and then the industrial side starts here, which is where the machine shop's gonna be once you get this cleaned up. So we got these. These are cool too. I don't know where they came from, but they're all wood, and they were like army green originally.
Oh, yep, it could have been off a base or
got
something.
the,
Little tags on it.
And stuff, and they're all flathead screws. See, so
I wonder if you would have had to check a tool out, like you got
Could be
a
a tool
tag
check,
for 75. You better put it back in that
Yeah.
drawer.
where's my 75?
There be hell to pay.
Yeah, and so these are more original parts that we have because we've got to sort all this NOS stuff, which is a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
Figure the part number and do all this. So, and that'll be the shelf slowly as we go along.
This come from George,
The
the
parts-
auction.
No, I got these from just over the years.
Well, you sure are piling up on a lot of stuff. I mean,
A lot of stuff.
Oh, eventually we're hopefully to pile out of it. Instead
Yeah,
of pile up and then pile it out. There's a wizard tank there if you need.
oh, I had a. You don't have the motor for it. Whizzers are a modified bicycle, kind of like a Schwinn. You know, you put that on your Schwinn bicycle,
Those
and
ones you had were on Monarch bicycles, you remember?
they were, and they look good. Yeah, yeah. Our mutual friend Bill ended up with those.
Yeah,
I don't think he has them anymore, but
I sold them at the auction again when he sold some more stuff.
yeah, okay.
I wanted to get them running. We just didn't have time.
Yeah.
They're cool. I'd like to just try one, just to see
what it's
all
like,
the
eh?
fuss is about. Anyways, we got parts everywhere. So.
You're gonna have to do a second wash in 40-year video on this one pretty soon.
Well, it's ready. It's finally out of province. It's registered. We're just waiting for new tires to come in, and then we're probably gonna list this car for sale. So.
So what's gonna be the ask price in Canadian funds on this car?
We haven't really decided yet.
Yeah. We'll probably auction it and
Yeah.
then,
I think
Like-
Hemmings is where we were.
It'll go to Hemmings.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an original paint low mile car.
It's pretty sweet.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, come look at this. This is unbelievable. On the other side. Well, even all this stuff is just soft.
Yeah. Rubber mats are still there. Cardboard still in the trunk.
But like that rubber floor mat, it's original. Look at how soft it still is.
That's crazy that it lasted that long. It must have been really stored well. That the wood didn't all peel off or anything.
So it's a really neat surviving example. Like it's had some touch-ups, no question, over the years.
You might regret selling this one.
Oh, I would think so. But you know, it's just not in the cards today. But it's a nice car for somebody. And what's cool about this car? Now, 20 years from now, 50 years from now, it's still original paint, low mile, 48 Chevy, and you can't buy those. You can
Yeah.
buy restored ones. All the time.
It always bugs me when somebody has a vehicle like this and then they go, "Oh yeah, it'd be perfect for my hot rod." And you're like, "No."
We're gonna try to avoid that at all costs.
I know. What do you do though, right?
Oh no, it's
Like-
true. It's your car. I get it, but there's plenty of them out there that aren't this good, or maybe they're this good. They've already been painted once. Then who cares?
I went to a friend came by my house the other day and he had Gary. You probably know Gary. He's probably watching this video.
Oh, Gary, yeah, I talked to him last night.
Yeah,
Cool.
he picked up the 49.
It's a cool car. He's supposed to bring it by. He wants to...
The rod, yeah. But they did it in the 90s, and then he showed me pictures of it when it was before. I said, as soon as you show Matt those pictures, he's going to...
I wept. It's
It was like this. It was like a perfect original car, and then somebody completely hot rodded it and shaved the handles.
Had like 15 or 16,000 original.
It was like really low mile car.
49 Meteor Coupe.
Yeah, Meteor, yeah. Rare car.
But they did a tasteful of the early 90s. I like the color, actually. I think it's kind of...
That pink, it's very early 90s. Yeah.
But it's anyway, it's not terrible. But
Good representation
he's got an idea. He
of
wants to
times.
kind of make it more like an early 50s custom.
Yeah, he wants to do the white walls on it and stuff, and I think that'll be a nice addition
big,
to it.
big change. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably watching this video now going, "Hey, they're talking about me." He's a great guy. But yeah, that's great. You got this Ford Ranger looks familiar.
It was here. He drove it all summer, and now it came back. The heater core started leaking, so we got a couple things to do on it.
That's common. I had to do mine.
Yeah.
Does it have air conditioning in it?
No, just-
Okay, you're lucky then because mine has AC and you got to take the AC unit out before you put the. Oh, it's terrible. But nice truck.
It's super cool. 76 4x4 short box.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we got this Bohemian here.
Yeah. Whose is this?
Dave Ryan. He's the guy that I apprenticed under for years. And
Okay.
mentors, but he bought this thing. It's like got 100,000 K. It's like new. So we're just getting it ready for him for out of province.
Oh, you're just going through it, making sure it's all.
So, yeah.
Yeah, geez, my grandpa had one of these things. He had a two-door.
Uncle, and that's why they come in. They love it. Oh, you know all this stuff here. Oh, this thing.
Like flies the honey, yeah.
Yeah.
Green on green on green. It's so 1977, right?
My grandpa had his was like a primer gray kind of color.
Oh yeah.
And I remember washing that thing in his backyard when I was a kid. He had a four-door, and my aunt actually wrote it off.
Ooh.
I was like, I don't know how you write off a car like this in an accident.
Who was the other guy that came in here? The same thing. The sister borrowed the car. Yeah.
Yep.
You'd have to, mind you, all the cars were like this back then. So if you hit another like brick wall, you're gonna.
Yeah, that's true. It's like hitting a stationary object. Right?
But nowadays, if you get into an accident with this car versus any modern car, there won't be anything left of the new car.
Oh no.
This would just go right through it.
Yeah, the crumple zones.
A lot of weight to this. And,
I know. I joked in one video. I said I don't have to worry about crumple zones because everybody else's car is my crumple zone.
That's
And,
right. That's exactly the way to look at it, right?
and they're like, yeah, but that's not safe. It doesn't have airbags. I'm like, well,
Wouldn't want airbags.
yeah, actually,
For that matter.
yeah.
Like lap belts. I don't like just lap belts. I think I've never liked cars that just have lap belts. Like the 66 doesn't have any, but like anything pre-66.
And that's what some people don't understand is that if you have a vehicle that was never manufactured with seat belts, you don't have to put them in.
Like that Chevy don't have them. You can put them in if you want, but it don't have them.
Yeah, it's not required. It's not a requirement. Boy, there's a lot of green going on. You got
Well, every single car.
Your
in there
walls
was
are green?
or black until that pickup showed up.
this is like reverse sepia tone or something. It's like everything is green on green in here.
Yeah, look at this. Green, black, green, black.
Yeah, everything's green. Is that an original paint car, that green one down there?
The Chevy?
Yeah.
No, it was painted in the 50s.
Oh,
The original
okay.
paint's under it, though. It's cool.
That looks like an old paint job on it.
Oh, it's cool. I actually really like the colors. I think it's wacky.
Are they going to leave the paint the way it
Oh,
is?
that's our car.
Oh, is that yours? Is that the one that you're at the barn find?
Yeah, this one actually was a barn find. Yeah. So we're just going to clean it up a bit, and I think we'll just find the right home for it, because we don't have the time or the space.
You've got the hood and everything for
Yeah,
it?
everything. Complete, 100%.
we
We got
had
it
it
running.
running.
It's perfect.
You drove it around with the...
Not yet. We're going to.
Oh, okay.
We're going to take it on a tour with that windshield, see how that ventilator windshield works.
Did you have to put tires on?
Oh,
They
it
were
came
on
with
it. They're brand
new.
new.
What?
Yeah, so I think they'll clean up.
Look at that. They got the little nubbies on it. But like brand new as in when were they put on? In the 50s or something?
Probably, they're not, you know, I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably put on a long time ago.
Oh yeah, like
The-
the guy who got the car, there was an older fellow who was in his 90s that moved to a home or whatever worked, and then he went through one person and then to us. But this car sat from the 50s until it got moved in the 80s, and then again,
from
right?
the
And it
80s
sat from the
till-
80s again. So.
No, so maybe they were put on in the 80s or something like that.
possible.
'Cause that rubber still looks pretty good. Mind you, bias ply doesn't... It
Old
stands up.
rubber.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing that I don't like. Today's modern bias ply tires, they get these giant, they start to separate.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I got tires that are from the 60s or some just old tires that we use for rolling.
And they're still good.
It's amazing. I don't know if the rubber compound was that much better, but it's very possible.
Well, it took me a while to get the tire situation figured out on my Daimler.
Yeah.
But those tires were original, I think almost original to the vehicle. And they were still holding air and still good. If they hadn't had all the tread worn off,
Then they'd be good.
they'd still be good.
Yeah, recap.
Could you imagine?
Back in the day, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
no.
it's a cool little car. It's just neat for what it is, that it's a 1931 Chevy and it's never really done anything since probably the 50s, I would say. Sat around for like 70 years.
Brush painted?
No, it was actually painted.
Oh, somebody sprayed
Yeah,
it?
was actually painted. And you can see the original paint if you look.
Oh,
under-
the dash is red.
no, that's not right. It's
There's
this
burgundy and cream. Or
burgundy
something,
and then cream.
Okay, so that would have been a nice combo.
3 colors, Alex. The red top, burgundy here,
Black fenders.
black fenders. Yeah, you can see the black one too. We've got the step here because it's got a rumble seat, and here's a neat thing we pointed out in the thing, but I like to point it out anyway. It's a Chevy.
Yep.
Chevy. This is from a Model T. They must have broke the fender, and this is the transmission cover off a Model T Ford
Huh.
piece. And if you look, they actually took the time to line up all the screws and everything.
Make sure they're all in the right
They did a
direction.
decent job on that booger repair. Yeah. It's cool. I don't know.
This is incredible. Like it all still
Yeah,
works.
everything works.
The roll down window still
Yeah,
goes up and
you
down.
Give the gears to your passenger,
Yeah.
as well as the shade too.
Yeah, I guess because if you're sitting back here, does it still have the seat frame?
Oh, it's, springs are missing.
The springs are
I
missing.
think I got a set of springs that'll work for it.
Wow. And did you get a front seat for this too?
It's got some of the front seat. You just need the springs. And it's got the
mechanism, the
thing,
adjuster.
and stuff. So
Even an old golf lube can.
Yeah,
You make
nice.
some money back off of selling
yeah,
that.
Sell the grease.
Sell the grease can to somebody.
It's too bad because it was it must have sat in dirt and leaked on it or something.
It got rotted.
It's really good, like the wood and stuff, and it's still really good. It's just the interior shredded, and like Chevys usually they're just dust because there's a lot of wood in these Chevys. So.
That's impressive that you got it running though.
Oh yeah, it actually runs really good.
Yeah,
I was impressed.
we did next to no work to get it running.
We did it to see how little we could do, and it was shockingly little.
Would you just clean the plugs and
Didn't even-
change the
We
oil?
didn't pull the plugs. Yeah, it was
We didn't
just
pull the
clean
plug.
points.
We just had to clean
Didn't
the
pull
point.
the carb. Yeah, nothing.
You just, splash some gas in there
No,
and
we just it's gravity
I
feed.
made this little tank here, and then we just hooked the hose up to the car and checked the oil, and spun her over a couple times, and the points were bummed, so we did the points up, and then after that, fired. And it's got oil pressure, and it charges, and believe it or not, when it's running, this headlight comes on.
You think it would start?
This headlight comes
You think it would start now?
on.
Or do you got
Is there a battery in it?
No, there's no battery.
no battery?
It
Oh.
might start.
Yeah.
But yeah, this light,
This one bulb that works?
I'll grab this.
One lonely little bulb?
Okay, well,
Yeah. We'd give it a try.
it'll take 2 seconds.
Okay, well it'd be cool to see it go. And you guys are putting this one up for sale.
Yeah, eventually. We'll try and get a little more.
It'd be cool just to have this out at the races or something,
that's
just the
what
way it
we were
is.
thinking, yeah, just to drive around the field or yard.
Like, you need this for your acreage out.
Yeah, for your acres.
Oh.
Go to the mail with this.
I am so out of room at the.
Oh, this is a small car though.
Oh yeah, see there you
Trade
go.
up to the short bed truck and a small car, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm already parking my truck outside.
See?
Yeah, we got the yellow.
Oh yeah, you got your one lonely
Road
headlight,
lights or
Yeah, the
what?
road light. Do you remember your
your highway light.
lack of pedal and lack
Do I have to hook that wire up or?
of world?
Why I got this return cable on here?
Oh yeah, we gotta get a little jumper wire here.
Oh, you jump it, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember how this thing starts.
That's so funny.
It's a Chevy, not a Ford.
You look about right sitting in there though, Matt.
right?
Through
What's
the-
that cone head? And what's that one of the guy's head pokes out of the thing?
Oh yeah, Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons,
He
yeah.
popped his head up through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, there's even like part of a tail light in here. Bumper. We haven't even cleaned it out yet.
You find any change in there?
No change. Find a glove if you need.
Yeah, don't forget your keys.
Oh, your driving gloves.
Yeah, look how worn it is. That's how much driving it's done.
You know the car's worn out when the gloves are more worn than the tires on it.
Right.
Right, the red one you gonna use?
Haven't used the red light.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So you're just gonna jump it from the battery straight to the.
We've got to just power the points because the wiring is pretty.
I'm gonna stand to the side.
No, it'll be good.
It'll be good. I still, between me and whatever all that.
Oh, it's a soft wood cabinet, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at all the sharp metal hooks hanging out of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. That's from 1939 too. Gotta restore it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's spark.
You got spark?
Yeah. So,
We were a chokey roof.
yeah, I'll give her the old
Hand choke.
hand choke here.
Make sure we're on gear here.
Yeah, make sure we're in gear.
We're on gear. Check one starter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's turning over.
Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see. This is cold start.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
It's
we
getting
have
close.
gas now, so.
yeah.
Fire extinguisher. Here, I choked it again. That should do.
Choker again?
Yeah.
On the chokey.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
I thought you had her. Oh,
Almost.
Okay.
all right. I think we figured out the fuel problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out
it's
of.
a lack of, yeah.
Lack of fuel. Had a clog in the line
the problem.
on their temporary tank. We're gonna try it again here. It's definitely got lots of fuel now.
Yes, sir. Ready?
Yeah.
We got the thumbs up.
Got good oil pressure. It's charging.
So the gauges are working. I like your seat. Goes in gear.
Ready to go to town, my
Ready to go.
There we go. We'll be trading the old SM in on something a little more stylish.
Yeah. That is a pretty cool vehicle.
Yeah, no, for farm, for a
farm fresh.
time traveler.
I think it'd be cool if you just like use it like a dune buggy on your property.
Just
Like
drive it
something like
around?
that, yeah, where you just kind of clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
You put a seat in it, fix the top, and just leave it like a.
Leave it the way it is.
Take it to tractor shows and use it as a golf cart.
Sure. Take it to the golf course and use it as a golf cart.
So you get gloves,
Put your clubs in the rumble seat and away you go.
There you go. So, yeah, or hunting, you stand out the top there.
Have you guys figured out a price on this one yet?
We're still not sure
I'm
yet.
not even sure what they go for. We haven't really looked.
Okay.
But,
It's all for sale.
Eventually.
Eventually.
I don't know what the heck it would be worth.
Well, it is a cool vehicle.
It's gotta be worth $6,500 or something.
Yeah, like
I don't know. We'll see.
five grand US or something like that.
It's a coupe, so it's still.
It is a rumble seat coupe, yeah, and it is a run. It's a driver.
It's a driver.
There's a big difference between a.
driver.
Yeah, runs and drives.
It does run and drive, yeah. Well, that's really cool. Thanks for starting it up. It is
Haven't started trip out here. Couple of months. Yeah.
nice to see you guys troubleshoot and figure out that fuel supply issue. And
Well, that's a tank. We gotta clean it up a bit, I guess. Inside, get it coated.
Recycled it from wherever.
Yeah,
It's still working.
Pretty much more of the same. I don't.
how's your hot rod museum going upstairs?
Oh yeah, that's right. Have you seen? You saw the windows last time, right?
Yeah, the windows were in.
Oh, look at that sign.
Oh, yeah, that's the
Yeah, where did that come from? Gas, oil, tires, cafe, restrooms.
And it says tourist cabins at the top, which I'm
Oh,
just
so
gonna
it's
get touched up.
like an old roadside
Yeah, and it
sign.
should be framed with wood, so we're gonna do that. But I
Talking about that sign right there. Where was that?
This is at my dad's on this old building in the back, covered in leaves. I was going there to salvage some other junk on this old building.
So you're picking stuff from your dad?
Well, just stuff that we've had forever. There's old buildings on my dad's place, and I needed some wood. I didn't know what it was. There was leaves. It was in the bush. It was just, and I slipped and fell. It was in the fall. We got some snow, and then when I slipped and fell, you could see like one hand painted letter. So I was like, holy crow! So I cleaned it off, and I found the top where it said half a restrooms. I was like, no, where's the other half? Where's the other half? It was there. So
Wow.
I cleaned it off. And I think it looks really cool. So I'm gonna get Dave or Ray Fowler or one of them guys to just lightly touch in tourist cabins just a little bit. I don't want to fake it, but I want it so you can read it.
When it's wet, is it more legible?
Sort of, but you can't read the cabins.
Like
It's too far gone.
you could try some like a little bit of wax or something on it, maybe.
We used a little bit of linseed oil on it, or
And
I had
did-
it wet with water, but you can't read the tourist is okay, but the cabin's gone.
Cabin's going, yeah.
So just a little bit, just to.
That's a big sign too.
It's huge.
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna frame it in like oak or something.
it's like 5 by 9 or something.
It's big.
Yeah, that's a big sign.
And it's got cool subject matter, and I don't know, it's neat.
And you got a lot of real heavy duty equipment around here
Oh,
too.
Lots of stuff. This is all thrown together here now because we've got a whole bunch more coming, so we're getting rid of some of this and changing this around. So this will be the sheet metal department. We're gonna try and keep it so we only have like 4 or 5 cars in here, so we have more room for work.
Because that was your specialty, was sheet metal,
Yeah,
right?
we
Like
did always
you could basically build a car from
Yep.
scratch.
Yep.
You give you a sheet of metal and you'll form whatever.
Yeah, that's what we've kind of gone into this mechanics thing, which is fine. But yeah, once we get set up in here again, we can chase after some of the sheet metal work. I got calls to do stuff too, but you know, time allows to get. You know how it is, kids and everything else. Trying to do this building, trying to work. We have our little YouTube channel. That's good. That takes a long time. People don't realize that you take, for an 8-minute video of us doing just like a little technical thing, that can take like 3 or 4 hours of just.
Oh yeah, and then the editing and all that stuff.
Edit it, and so we try to do that. But yeah.
I did run into a guy who is building a replica 1920s Bentley race car.
Oh, cool.
And that's locally, yeah. And he's looking for somebody who can make him fenders and stuff.
Yeah, don't give me shelter.
I will. He's a former race car driver.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool because he has a Porsche. I think it's a 930,
Okay.
and it was given to him from like Porsche for winning some race like on the Nürburgring back, and it was really neat. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But also, I'll see if I connect the two of you guys.
sure, yeah.
But let's see what's going on upstairs.
Come on up.
So I recognize the cabinet up here, Matt. This is
Got it from you.
you did get it from me.
Another one of the collection.
And you've turned it into your showroom of local hot roddery.
Yeah, local hot roddery.
Clutch poppers.
That was the club I was in when I was young.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Checkmates out of Bashaw.
Yeah, it's a wild jacket.
That's an old jacket too, isn't
It's
it?
an original jacket.
Like that's what 1950s
Probably
era.
Mid-late 50s, yeah. The Regals one's from 1958.
White leather, hey?
Yeah.
White leather.
Inside. Got this really neat.
Oh, it's got a neat liner.
Yeah, the plaid.
Oh, plaid liner.
Yeah. White leather.
The Regals.
Yeah, that's the first car club. One of the first car clubs. Definitely the first car club in Alberta.
Rodents.
One of the first in Canada. So,
That's a good jacket. That's like what 1940s?
like they
Early,
formed the club in
early
1950.
50s. Wow, that's got to be an early coat
So
though.
this is the original plaque that they had in 1950. There were 7 members, so there's 7 plaques.
And you got one of them.
And this is a calling card they used to give out when you have been helped by the member,
A member of the
Rodents.
rodents.
Yeah. So got a couple of those. And then these are other calling cards.
It's impressive that stuff even survived.
Well, isn't it? And this was a
The
local,
Lancers, Hotheads,
Yeah, this is crazy. This
Auto Racing Association Edmonton.
Yeah.
It's good early patch.
Yeah.
Nice race helmet.
Yeah.
Duke, that's who your hot rod is.
Yeah, and that's whose jacket this was. I got to
Okay.
put the had the badge off, so I got to put that back on. And this was a local magazine that was in Alberta from 61 to 63.
The Bench Racer.
Yeah, I got that one from you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you knew about it. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you managed to get it.
I managed to get it. Well, I made see that, but that's what I do. I get
Yeah.
those things. I make sure they end up with the right people anyway. And then
Art stuff, whatever.
Art, yeah. This is the fellow that I had that Ford, the Frontenac that I turned into a police car. Yeah, those all hot rodding stuff. Could you imagine wearing that hat around
No.
and be taken seriously?
No, I can't.
And that's
You bought it from Art?
that's
Like,
his
you made
windsock.
Art himself?
no, he had passed away. I bought this stuff off his widow.
See how he was.
And apparently, so on the back of this, there was a
Didn't
drawing.
his parents own the Tivoli Drive-In, you said, right?
They did own the Tivoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, they owned the Tivoli movie theater.
So this is from 1952.
But it wasn't a drive-in. It was actually a.
Oh, it was a theater,
It was a full theater in the West End. Yeah.
There it is. It shows what's going on.
Yeah. What's going on?
And he must have been bored working at the counter and drawing out his dream.
Yeah, he was selling popcorn and planning out his car, and he actually built some of these cars too.
Yeah, I wanted to get that picture of him with this crazy suit on because I actually got the whole suit. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did
Yeah.
I send you a picture of it?
Never did.
Oh.
Thanks, Alex. No context. So
Of course. Now I got to see if I can find his widow and
It's
see if
cool.
she still has
he,
it. But
like wrote out all the things he was going to do to it, what he was going to change. This is started out as a 41 Mercury coupe.
cool car.
Yeah, Jim's got one, but it doesn't have 3 windows and it's got fender skirts front and back, showing his exhaust tip placement. Maybe he's going to use fish tips. Going to build up a big flathead for it with finned heads. It's really cool. Like just
Just to see the mind.
like probably a 16-year-old kid just fooling around, you know.
Well,
This car in 1952, Duke's car, my 39, was already done. This is cool too.
so he would have probably seen Duke driving around in
Oh,
his.
for sure. Duke's car was pretty prevalent. This is the letterhead from the club when they had meetings from 1950.
Well, see, when you're into something like that, the right stuff finds the right people.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I've been trying to piece together the whole history of the club because it operated from 1950 to 1964 in various versions.
Wow, now you got your mini auto museum.
Yeah, the Regal's little trophy from one of the shows. And I got, between me and James and Patrick, we got a whole bunch of this that we bought, like ticket stubs and stuff from the local shows. So I don't know, it's just cool because this is all verbal history. So I've been trying to catalog, especially the Edmonton area stuff.
Just think someday your Model T race flyers and stuff will be collectible. Some of you
Maybe,
like
these ones. These are all from the early 50s. That's the
yeah, that'll be you'll have your version of
yeah,
that.
like these.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me, because we got that same car, right?
Boy, look at the turnout.
Oh, big time, hey? Full. That's at Edmonton. This car is the one we run. That's the one my dad drives. And then if you look back here, this car still races. So these cars still race together today.
Today.
And this picture's from 1949 and these are 50.
Wow, so 60, 70 years later
Still
and
going.
still going.
Yeah, and like this cool, like, whatever. If you're keen on this stuff, it's cool. But this was for 1 year, like in 1958, they used to race on the highway. And that, at Speedway Park, people would know that. Like, it started out as Breckenridge Raceway, which was Gavin Breckenridge Farms. And then it became Edmonton International Speedway, where they filmed Fast Company.
Well, that's
So
funny.
that's
And that was there.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that-
Well, it's always an adventure coming to see you guys.
Yeah,
I
we try.
appreciate you having me out in your.
Anytime.
I'm sure you have real work to get back
yeah, we
to.
should get to that.
But thanks again for having me out today, guys.
Anytime.
Yeah.
So that's it for my visit with Matt and Jim over at Strongest Garage. If you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, you should. It's an excellent program. They've got lots of cool content. Go check out their YouTube channel, Strongest Garage. As for me, I'm gonna head back home and start doing a little bit more work on my own stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed today's shop tour with Matt and Jim, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.